Alright guys, so we're at Hunter's shop right now. We got the car on the dyno. Everything is strapped down, so he's going to let me drive it, and we'll see how it goes. So we're going to just go easy on it for a little bit, and then slowly start to do some things. I did fix that boost leak this morning. There was a pipe that had a coupler that was coming loose, so I fixed that, so I might be able to make more than 6 pounds or 5 pounds today. So that's kind of the goal. We'll see what happens. Okay, so finally got the car to the dyno, and Hunter was kind enough to let me drive the car on the dyno. I wasn't really expecting that, so thank you for the experience. And there's kind of a lot going on. It's easy to underestimate it, watching it on videos and stuff, but data logging and tuning and watching the monitor and watching the gauges, starting the dyno, stopping the dyno, shifting and doing everything, making sure you're not messing it up. So I'm learning a lot in this video, learning how to use Tuner Studio, learning what this car wants to do, learning how to run the dyno, and it was definitely a good experience. So we had probably about 2.5 hours we spent kind of tweaking everything and getting it to work. Started off with just a short little pull to make sure that my boost leak was fixed, and then basically we spent a lot of the time just trying to dial it in on 10 pounds and adjusting for fuel. And then I think we made like 2 or 3 pulls at about 13 pounds. So that's pretty much what it is. Let's get to it.
Ryan had a bunch of fuel in above, like pretty much right when it came into full boost. It was kind of now the camera's on me and I can't play.
Okay, so before when I was driving it, I only went to like 6 pounds. That was the highest. So anything above 6 pounds, I never touched it yet, but I made it really fat before it came.
And he wasn't really revving the car out that high. He was only revving it to like 60.
So the first one I think was like
6,500 or so.
6,500.
And now we're spinning it to 7.
Yeah.
Ish, 72. So from 6,000 to 7,000, he had a bunch of fuel in it just because, you know, you probably never even got to that RPM of this motor ever.
No.
So that part of the fuel map was kind of untouched.
Right.
And it was just fat to be safe, and by fat it was really fat. You can see just in this area right here from us adjusting. So there's a lot of lines going on right now. Let's just look at horsepower.
And I'm filming with the GoPro because I was recording a lot with the other camera and it already died.
So this run right here is where we had too much fuel in. We was only making 387 horsepower at 6,500. The dyno's off about 1,000 RPM here. It says 57, but it's really 67.
Yep.
So right here, we were making 386. All we did was a fuel change, and it picked up, what was the difference here? 386 to 463. Same boost level, same timing, same everything. And then we cleaned it up a little bit more, and now we're at 486.
Just pulling like 8%.
Yeah, of fuel. And it's still like an 11.1 air fuel.
Yeah.
So we could pull out another 5% probably and clear 500.
So we're gonna try that.
And then maybe add a degree or two of timing and clear 530 without touching boost at all.
Yeah.
You know?
So I've never driven on a dyno before, so he's kind enough to let me do it. And there's a lot going on here, so he's really helping me out with what to do. So this is kind of cool. Very different with like computer and driving, starting the dyno, and there's a lot of shit going on. So pretty cool. Alright, so as I said before, I'm just kind of getting my feet wet with Micro Squirt and Tuner Studio, and Hunter has a lot more experience than I do with Tuner Studio. He uses a gold box. He has a low 9-second Mustang that he's had for a little while, so he's a lot more familiar with this software than I am, so he's able to teach me kind of a lot of stuff here. And I do have some experience with HP tuners, and we kind of do stuff a little bit differently in some areas, so it's nice to kind of get his perspective and see how he does things. And I'm really used to HP tuners and how long it takes to do everything with like data logging and then having to shut the vehicle down to rewrite the file, and he's kind of just teaching me some simple tricks on how to do things faster and clean things up, so pretty cool. So Hunter Tuned on YouTube, check out his YouTube channel if you have not or don't know who he is. Go check him out. Does a lot of Honda stuff and LS stuff. Been doing it for a long time, so give him some love.
Or you could do this fuel change, and if it's happy, you could put a degree in it and see if it responds to that. Or you could just leave your timing alone and just give it a little boost. All up to you, man.
Alright.
I'm in a sidecar.
So our discussion that we had off the camera, we pulled more fuel out because it's like above 6,000. It's like diving rich, but it doesn't seem like it's showing it on the gauge the same that it's showing it on the log. So we pulled some more fuel out, and then it lost power, so we added it back in. We're going to try that, leave it there, and then try to add some boost. And I'm running out of time. I need to leave like right now to go home, so we don't have a lot of time.
Or you could do this fuel change, and if it's happy, you could put a degree in it and see if it responds to that. Or you could just leave your timing alone and just give it a little boost. All up to you, man.
Alright.
I'm in a sidecar.
So our discussion that we had off the camera, we pulled more fuel out because it's like above 6,000. It's like diving rich, but it doesn't seem like it's showing it on the gauge the same that it's showing it on the log. So we pulled some more fuel out, and then it lost power, so we added it back in. We're going to try that, leave it there, and then try to add some boost. And I'm running out of time. I need to leave like right now to go home, so we don't have a lot of time. let it cool down a little bit, and it hit boost cut at 15. So I raised the boost cut a little bit and then brought the boost duty down to 10. It was at 20 before. So I'm just going to try to find where it levels off around 15, and we'll keep it there. It was like a 10.7, so it's kind of rich up top, so we'll leave it there. And yeah, let me just verify that. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. So we're just going to look this over, and then I'm going to leave. So we did 14 pulls.
Log runs.
14 that we logged. We did some just for fun, but.
Here, we'll show the good ones here.
Yeah, let's just show the good ones. we're YouTubers. We're YouTube Dynoers.
Yeah.
So we only got to show the good ones.
You could have kept going on that pull right here. But you got out of it because you said the boost looked like it was going to the moon?
That was the first one, yep.
Yeah. So, just staying in it, you know, it did that, but it nosed over really hard.
Right.
Then you pulled some fuel all the way up top, and it picked up there. You know what I'm saying? You could still stand this up a little bit more with a degree of timing, probably. You know what I'm saying? You could add a degree right here to bring this up. So it's not kind of falling off like that. But I also feel like something, I don't know. You have a pretty short power window, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So what was the final number?
526 it made.
26? Yeah, 26. And the orange one.
Yeah.
Okay.
526 is the orange one.
So, and this is kind of exactly what the turbos look like. They don't really hit full boost until like probably almost $5 grand,
yeah.
4,500, $5 grand.
That's the best looking one we got.
It takes a little bit to come in. I can show some of the logs, but so that was like 14 pounds, like 14 or 15 degrees of timing, 524,
526, whatever.
26, and a lot of lessons learned.
Yeah. Not really 100% dialed in yet, obviously. Like, you haven't really put. I mean, it's on 15 degrees, like you said.
Yeah.
The fueling is so sporadic on this thing. I don't know if it's lean or if it's rich or if the gauge is lying to us. Like,
right. So what we're seeing is basically 5,800 at 6,000 and above. It would just nose over to like a 10.0, 10.7.
Yeah. Yet the fuel map was the same number from 5 to 7,000.
Right, and we pulled like 30% out of it.
Yeah, something crazy.
And it was still doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's definitely a little weird, and it's kind of sketchy to not know. And the way that the air fuel gauge is, it's not like it doesn't come up to an 11.5 and just hang out around 11.5.
Right.
It's like 12.8. 12, 12.5, 11.5, 11.0, 10.0.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of all over. Yet the fuel map, the VE table, is fairly smooth.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be doing
I was like really smooth. Like you said, even the same numbers.
Yeah.
12.5 and then.
Yeah.
So. But we did kind of solve some of the bucking a little bit, but still in first gear, light load, it's like, you can see it in the video, it's like, looks like shit. But.
And actually, when I was going out there just now, I told Ryan he should do a plug check when he gets home after doing all these runs, to just see if the plugs are even, if they kind of all look the same, and to check the porcelains and make sure they're not cracked, because you could be down a hole or two right now, and we don't even really know.
Right.
You know? Because I feel like a twin turbo setup, it should be making a little more.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something kind of backing it up. But We'll figure it out.
So let's change the whole thing.
Yeah. Let's put a fucking trans brake in it.
We'll do a trans brake, different turbos, different computer, different engine.
Yeah, let's do it all.
Different car?
And then make 400.
Then we'll make 380. All right.
Hey, but where do we start off today? We should show that.
Yeah, I guess.
Show that. Ryan number
1. So that's the first one.
And then this is the second pole. So this one was kind of on target, but look at how much we gained up here.
Yeah.
466, 517, and at that spot, you know.
Yeah, so that was when it came in at like 5 pounds, and that was just the first one, right?
Yeah, I think you just pussyfoot.
Yeah, and I just lifted way early, so... Oh, because I had that boost leak and fixed it.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
So I fixed that boost leak, and then I was just watching, and it spiked way above where it was before, so I lifted it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where it was going to go, but everything's working.
Yeah. I mean, the car hasn't exploded. There's no oil on the ground.
We didn't break anything. It's not on fire again.